Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another makeup video. Today I've got my favorite orange toned eyeshadow palettes. When I think of orange tones, I think of something that could very much be used for summer as well as fall. I feel like there's a large range of seasons of which you can use orange tones depending on the tone. I've got a couple of transitional palettes. I've got everything from more affordable to more luxury makeup, but let's just get into it. Starting with the Colourpop Shell Bound. I don't know if this palette is still available or not, but I love this. I think of taking this to the beach. I did wear it on a beach trip a couple years ago. I don't know if this is still available or not, but it is beautiful. I feel like you've got your more burnt shade here, a nice transitional shade here, a more peachy shimmer shade, and a more coppery shade. Again, I think of the beach. It is called Shell Bound, so I'm pretty sure that was its intent, but I still love it. I don't like the packaging. The packaging broke off very easily, but I like the quality of the color story. Another Colourpop palette I have, and I don't believe this is still available, but please pull it out if you can, is the Sol palette. I love these shades for the summertime. Again, Sol I think means sun in, what is it, Spanish? I love these color stories. I love the variety of orange tones you can get in here. I did declutter the Mar palette because I didn't like how even the blues and the dark browns made the eyes look orange, so I did not like that palette. But this one I do like. You've got your more coppery tones here, a couple of like or orange based browns, almost some lighter oranges, and then you've got more of a red orange right here. This is my favorite color in the whole palette. This is absolutely stunning. One of my favorite eyeshadows in my collection actually, but it is just so beautiful and stunning for if you want a nice, good, like sun-kissed kind of an orange palette. I also think of a sunburn. Some people can turn orange in the summer, and if you're not careful with your fake tan, you will be orange. And so I wouldn't recommend that, but I do love, like, I do think of a nice, good, subtle sunburn with some of that golden undertone, which could, in my weird mind, translate to orange. Anyway, let's go on to another discontinued palette. I've had this one in my collection for a while. It's discontinued. I'm almost positive, but it is the Too Faced Salted Caramel Mini Palette. Definitely your fall palette. Again, beautiful. I'm not really buying from Too Faced at the moment, but because this is in my collection, I am going to encourage you to pull it out. You've got a nice pink shade right here, but still I feel like it's got some of that peachy orange reflect in it. And just another beautiful, more fall palette. Let's see, what else do we have here? I've got one from Urban Decay. Again, another brand I'm not really purchasing from, but because I have this, I am going to pull it out. But it's the Urban Decay Naked Cyber palette. Not a lot of people liked this palette. I like it. The shimmers are a little bit lackluster, but still beautiful for topping the eyes. The orange tones are really relevant, but you also get some more pops of colors. You got more wearable orange shades is what I would suggest for this palette. I do not know if this is still available or not, but it is pretty if you are wanting this kind of color story, and it's not super like in your face orange, but very much more of your wearable orange shades, which I do feel like Urban Decay is really good at. If this is a brand you do want to purchase from, again, for my own personal convictions, I'm just using what I have from the brand still, but I don't see myself getting much more from them in the future. Another great palette, buy this, I'm pretty sure it's still available, but the Dose of Color Sassy-siennas palette. This is an all matte palette, but it's got your light orange, your more red tone orange, and then your more burnt orangey brown shades here. This is an all matte palette, so you're not going to get a pop of shimmer. That's fine. Just grab any other palette, any other shimmer, and work with it. But this has to be probably my favorite orange palette in this lineup here, and well, in my collection, because if it was a favorite, I would be bringing it out as long as it was in this color story. Another favorite of mine is the Nabla Cutie palette in the shade Analogue. Again, you've got your orange based shimmers, you've got your burnt oranges, you've got like more transitional shade, a little bit more of a pinky orange here, which is pretty much the same shade as was in the last palette. It's a little bit lighter, but definitely has that pink undertone to it. You've got your deeper shades, so you've got a little bit more variety in this palette in terms of depth or lightening up. So you can do a lot with this 6-pan palette. Again, I absolutely love this palette. Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 1. I almost didn't put this palette in this lineup because I wasn't sure how much it made me think of orange, but because of these lighter orangey neutral shades here, I felt like it was necessary. And this is, again, your more wearable neutrals. It does translate into more deeper red browns over here, but like this side of the palette makes me think of summertime, so I figured why not. It is a beautiful palette. Now this palette in particular, the cream shadows for some reason irritate my eyes. I do not know why. The other Major Dimension palettes do not do that, so I am personally avoiding these two shades when I use this palette, but that's just a personal thing. Something has to do with, I think, my skin and these particular shadows, so use at your own risk, but I do like this palette. And again, these shades here are just summery orangey tones. I've got two more palettes. One is a more fall appropriate palette, but it's the Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Pudding. Again, I don't know if this is still available or not, but pull it out if you have it, and if you do buy BoxyCharm, and if you've had BoxyCharm for I think I got this like 3 years ago now, but I do enjoy this palette. I have only used it a handful of times, but every time I have used it, I like it. Again, all your shades of orange, you're more neutral, lighter, dusty, like little hints of orange undertone, I feel like, in here, as well as your deeper shades, and then more of your golden coppery shimmers. A beautiful palette if you're wanting more neutral, but just that kind of pop of orange. My personal favorite orange colors are more of that burnt orange type of feel. I absolutely love it, especially in the fall time. That is the color I gravitate to in the fall time. In the summer, I do tend to want to reach for some oranges, but more of a corally orange versus a burnt orange. But still, I'll reach for a burnt orange any day. And the last palette I have in this lineup it's one that is really good, really high quality, but this particular palette from this particular brand is not my favorite. It is the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. Don't get me wrong, I love the color story. I do love the quality. I just don't feel like it's comparable to her older formulas, but still very good, very nice. Would highly recommend. Now there are some arguments that say that some of the looks here are all the same, which is definitely true. You're gonna get a lot of similarities in your look, but if you play with the right color combination, you work things just right, you will get some variety. It just kind of depends on how you work the colors with each other and on your eyes, but I would agree with the statement that you get a lot of similar looks out of this, but I don't feel like they're all the same looks. You do have more of your pinkier tones here, your peachier tones, but then you've got your pops of orange here. So I feel like if you're wanting that peachy orange mixed with some pink, I think that this would be the palette for you. I do enjoy this palette. It is one of my more favorites in terms of orange color stories. And when I am reaching for orange tones, I am reaching more along the lines of something like this, because again, I feel like it's got your burnt orange, you've got your peachier tones here, some of your golden tones here, and then with just some pops of pink there to kind of round out the color story. Anyway, that is everything I have in this lineup. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle, and my goal on this platform is to share my love for beauty as well as my love for Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And if that's what you're into, hit that subscribe button, and if not, we still want to stick around, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.